Okay, so let's start with texture mapping. So what you see here in material or render view is actually a white color with some lighting. As you can see here, it's actually the bulb here, but what you see is actually a very white box. But you can also change its texture, and texture can be changed via simply clicking on the white column, and this is a base color. I can change its color to any color I want. I can check the value in a RGB, hash value or HSV format, which contains some hue. And hue is basically, let's say this is a red color, and then hue just mixes the spectrum to the different value. You can study from internet what hue is, but when you change the hue, it can mean a very different thing. So when you are at 0.14, it means in this whole shading material you are on this uh, yellowish shade, but as you increase the hue, it goes to the green, then blue, then purple, then red. So this cycles between red, green, blue. Okay, so but instead if you want a texture over it, what you can do is download image texture 3D. Okay, why I'm writing 3D? 3D ones are actually properly built. So if I write image texture like this, and if I copy this texture and apply it over the 3D mesh cube that we have, it does not necessarily mean it will apply it there very properly. So let's copy a wall and let's save it and go to the blender, and let's create a new mesh in a style of wall. So as X, then S increase, or just in Y direction and little bit in Z direction and move it. I could have done extrude, but let's not argue on that. And let's say I click on this yellowish color, because uh, in shaders of Blender, green is actually a shader and yellow is actually a color. So I'm choosing a color, and in color I will go towards the image texture. I could apply noise texture and different things. So when you click here, right now there is no image, so let's open it, go to desktop and apply it. Okay. And as you can see, the image is applied, but it is not as per your requirement. Okay. So the texture is applied, that is, there is no doubt about it, but it does not look really good. So click here and go into the tab space, that is, edit mode, and there must be an option for you to UV, or let's say, let me check in edit mode. Okay, so there is no special mode right now right here, but if there is none, just go to UV editing. You can see here that you can change the uh, shading area. Okay, so if you are in object mode, you want to see how it looks in this area, just go into the edit mode, select all vertices and change it based on your requirement. I can move this, you can see here. Now what it does is actually stretch your cube over the whole texture. You can click on the in the UV editing mode and click all and change its mode. I can change the rotation till I see the area is properly applied over the wall. Okay, so this is horizontal, and now I can resize it based on my requirement, and as you can see, this looks better than the first one. Okay, now this is how you apply a texture. If you want to check two vertices and their color, just press A, click on those vertices and enlarge them only. You can see here, you can do that. Okay, if I apply on this area, this box, you can see here it applies a little bit better. Now this face itself is in a very wrong way. So let's select these two vertices only and enlarge them and put them equally over the wall. Do the same for the other walls. Okay, so I'm gonna move it here. You can use same rotation, scaling, and extruding. I think extrude is not possible, but moving and scaling and rotating is possible here. So be careful about that. Let's look at the back side. The back side is looking. If I select this area, and that's actually this one, what I can do is tail is also apply the same texture to this area. Okay, and this looks better than before. Okay, so this is how you apply over the wall. Now I can do is go to the object mode and stretch it. Texture will be properly applied. Hope this is very much clear, and this is how you do texture mapping. Okay, so moving further, let's create a new project, and let me show you if you are not comfortable with putting your texture very comfortably. So let's create a wall, and we are going to use a very smart tool called Smart UV Project. So this let's apply just like before and texture in texture. This is a brick wall. Okay. So then we will go to the UV editing to actually see how our texture looks. So my monitor is small, so first I'm going to put it in the render mode and make sure you are in edit mode only. Okay. So I'm gonna select the front face and then press U or go to the right click and go in UV unwrap faces. I can press unwrap here and you can see here it will do the justice by applying texture properly. But what I can do is instead of this, I can apply right click Smart UV project, which we can do also through U shortcut, and then go to this Smart UV project settings and uh, uncheck the current aspect. As you can see, now the texture is applied. Same will we do in the other face of the wall. Go to Smart UV project and check it. Now you can see the wall is properly applied with the texture. Okay. So the other thing you can do is select all in this UV editing and apply scaling mode here. Okay. If you don't want everything applied on this, so what does Smart UV project do is apply the texture properly on any face you want.